Welcome back to Temeron's Tactics. This is AI War Fleet Command Gameplay Tutorial Part 11. In this video, we're going to finish our siege on Murdra, is the system we've been trying to capture. Okay. All right. So we'll grab all of our bombers and tanks right over here by holding down Shift and just clicking on both. Go ahead and send them through. Pause it. I'm going to grab that group, all right, and let's tell them to move as a group right down towards that turret right down here where the hacker is, right there. I also want the mobile builder to come with us, the mobile space dock, that is. I'll double click it to grab both of them and we'll just send them through as well. And those are just going to speed forward right down here. And then I'll hit L to select one of them and move it to right here. So they can get into a forward position where they're ready to repair those bombers along the way if they had taken any damage. We can also grab the mobile builders and hit repeat on here, and we can just select bombers and tanks. And then if any of our bombers or tanks happen to be destroyed, it'll just spit out another one right from the mobile space dock right here. So now that all of our ships are in position, we're going to mount the attack against this MLRS guard post. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to grab the bombers and the tanks, and I'm just going to right-click directly on the MLRS guard post. Okay, not going to issue a move or a group move or an attack move. I'm just going to right-click right on the post because I want them to attack specifically that. Okay, then we're going to grab this mobile space dock, the one that doesn't have the shield because it's still recharging. Okay, and I'm going to move it up so that it can be ready to repair the ships as they take damage right up here. Let's unpause. We're powering the threatening eye, it says. Oh, but then it stopped, okay, because it brought ships in up here. For just a moment I had too many ships, but not for long here. Not enough to actually do anything to fix that. Unfortunately, I destroyed that mobile post. So let's move this other one up. You guys need to attack the MLRS post. Only that. All right. Success. Okay, so the MLRS post is toast. It's toast post. Let's go ahead and grab our bombers and tanks, and I'm going to ask them to do an attack order towards these riot control ships. Right? These are not good to take on this needler post. Okay, the needler post, they won't do enough damage to it because it's medium hull. They're not good against medium hull. We need fighters to take on the medium hull. So let's go ahead and send these bombers and tanks against these heavy hull riot control starships, which they're very good against. Okay, I'm going to ask them to attack move right there. I'm also going to pause it and check the numbers here. I've got 136 is what they have, so we could have 260 ships here. So I could have another, well, I could have one more group of ships. So let's go ahead and grab one more. I'll get let's get the fighters. Okay, I'm going to grab the fighters, all my fighters, and let's have them, sorry, they're over here. Yeah, I'll grab my fighters and ask them to go through as well. Unpause. Now, these fighters, they do bonus damage. Whoops. They do bonus damage against medium, okay? And that's what this guard post has, is medium. So what I want to do is I want those fighters to just go right over here, and then over here, and then down to here. I'm holding down Shift to issue a waypoint order, you see. And then I'm going to Shift-click, and I'm just going to hold down Shift and right-click right on this needle or guard post. And they're going to take that sort of roundabout way to go attack specifically that guard post, okay? Let's do it. I'll unpause. I'm going to put this on repeat and ask them to build tanks and bombers and fighters, because that's what we're using in this combat. And then this mobile post can just spit out new ships if any of my ships are destroyed, you see. So though those riot starships are being successful at destroying the engines on these ships, And they did just destroy that mobile post down there, which is fine, I guess. We're also very good against those ships because they have the heavy hull, and that's what we're good against, these particular ships. Those ships are really, really tough. Okay, so yes, it seems as though we're not really doing very well in this fight, but this is the best thing that we have to fight those guys with. And they are tying them up while our fighters go and attack the important target, which is that needler guard post. Okay. Here you go, fighters. They're on the needler post. All they need to do is just survive long enough to take it down. And as you can see, it's already down to 88%. How many fighters do we have left? Not many. Rats. I don't think that's going to do it. We're going to need to get better fighters in order to take that out. Okay. Really, they just kind of have a lot of ships there suddenly, don't they? We see our forces got all thinned out by those riot ships. Those riot ships are a pain in the butt, I'll tell you. Stupid riot ships. All of that engine damage is really messing us up because you see, they just came through up here. They've thinned me out. And now I'm not effectively damaging this needler post. Yeah, so that was a fail right there. But we did get the first one, okay? So we've already replaced all of these ships. But we've also caused a reprisal wave to come into Durban, okay? That's over here. I'm not at all worried about that either, okay? It's 160 bombers. That's kind of tough, though. All right. But still, I'm not really super worried about it. We have the full complement of turrets out here, and they're going to have to go right through those turrets to get to the base, so I'm not really super worried. We can check that out in a couple minutes and see what it looks like, all right? So this needler guard post is down half, all right? And we've got a whole bunch of ships here which are now floundering. It's these stupid riot control ships. Those are very hard to deal with. So they have 157 ships here. So we could send an awful lot more ships through that warp gate. But again, we're reinforcing them right now. I was really hoping that the bombers and the tanks would distract those riot control ships so they wouldn't thin out our fighters like that, okay? That's not how it worked out. So we're just going to need to adjust our strategy a bit. We'll just recreate all of these fighters here at our main base, and then we'll just send those over. It's fine. What we might want to consider doing, since our fighters now seem to be sort of important, is we might want to consider unlocking better fighters, okay? We could do that. We could hit S to go to our science lab. There's one over here, all right? And we could unlock fighter for 2,500 and another 4,000. We'd have tier 4 fighters. We've only got 3,750 science, though, so we could unlock tier 2 fighters. That would leave us pretty thin on knowledge, though, so if we did need to unlock something else, we wouldn't have many choices. Given the circumstance, I'm going to do it. Let's go ahead and unlock Fighter Mark II. I'll select my 192 fighters and ask them to go through after setting them as Group 1. Here we go. Group 1, please go here, then here, then here, and attack that. They're going to move at top speed. 42, and hopefully they can make it, at least enough of them to get through to this turret. I suspect this is going to do it just fine. What a challenging siege it has been here in Murdra. There's been a lot of things that we've needed to do, and we've been kind of fought back a lot of different ways, but we have been successful here. This is going to take that turret out. Even though that riot control ship is there, we've got enough ships here that it's going to be able to take the other half of that needler turret out. And keep in mind, some of these fighters are much better than the other fighters we had sent through the last time, too. So we're still staying within the correct numbers so that the eye is not being triggered. There are 300 ships in the threat, which is kind of a lot, in the reprisal from all the fights we've had. But now we can see all the fighters are here, We've made it. We'll be able to take out this needler turret in just a few moments. There it is. Success. Okay, so that's going to be the end of this video in this video tutorial series. In the next video, we're going to take Murdra. It seems like I've said that before. Again, you're watching Temeron's Tactics. My name is Temeron. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the continuation of this gameplay tutorial series.